Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. I've got a couple of great drops coming to you today in today's video, and they're both domination matches, but they're on very different maps. Our first drop takes place on Solaris City, and I am in the Locust Pirates Bane, hopefully giving you some additional information if you happen to want to pick up something like this. Now, a lot of people shy away from it because this is only a 20-ton mech, and it only comes with 4 small lasers, 2 machine guns. It does have stealth armor, and it also, well, the mech that I'm in has a top speed of 156.2 kph. So this is a very fast, capable mech. Any of you who have gone up against the Pirates Bane know just how frustrating it is against these little buggers. And if you're not familiar with it, well, hold on to your seats and I hope you enjoy the video. Now, before we get too far into it, I am going to tell on myself up front. That's right. I made a critical mistake in this first drop. See if you can spot what it is. If you figure it out, drop it in the comments section below. And with that being said, let's get knee-deep into this match. Early on into this match, I was sweeping for what I thought was an elusive light somewhere trying to work our left flank, and early intel shows the enemy were forming up an Echo 4. I happen to find those couple of units in Fox 4. So there is a Marauder, might be a Marauder 2, and he's got a second unit with him, a Timby, up on the overpass. Well, okay, they're not up on the overpass any longer. They have dropped down, and they're being engaged, so I've got to join in on the fray. I put up a UAV as I run through. That way they're marked on the map for my entire team to see, because I do need a little help. Don't mind going one-on-one with either of these mechs, but 2 of them is a little spicier than what I bargained for. However, I can pull off the cheeky shoot between the gap and the buildings routine, get a little damage on them, and they are none the wiser. But I've got to come around here and help out my teammates who are engaging them, and I do need time on target with these machine guns to rack up any kind of meaningful damage. Meanwhile, I'll keep pumping out as much as I can with my small lasers. I'm just going to go about this the right way. I would like them in the open a little bit more so that I could run around and use my speed to avoid them, but they're in tight confines up against buildings, and that makes maneuvering somewhat difficult. So instead, I am going to run through them so that I can break free out into the open again and put my speed to use. That's my defense. Speed is life. Coming back up the ramp, I find this Mad Dog. He's an ATM Mad Dog, and I'm just going to sit in his butt so that way he can't back up and do lots of damage as my machine guns start chewing on his rear CT. Breaking away again, use my speed to extend, evade, and hopefully come at them from an unsuspecting angle as I loop around to the left. I see some good targets up there. I like to see open components. That's where my machine guns really will shine. But we found a Cyclops, and the only thing open on him is an arm, but he's engaged with one of my teammates, totally focused on him, and that allows me to run in close. Now, he won't be able to see me. The tall mechs, especially the assault mechs, they have a difficult time looking down to actually see what it is that they're stuck on, when all the time it is the little Pirates Bane doing his thing. And I am just chewing him up, putting him under pressure, hopefully distracting him, and by spinning him in circles, that's going to expose something juicy to my teammate who is also putting fire on him. And sure enough, there we go. We get the kill on the enemy Cyclops. Running off into the distance again, using my speed to get around the battlefield, and that's where I see a Mad Cat with an open CT, and that's just too juicy. Now look at that. He's looking at my teammates. It allowed me to run in under him. I don't think he was there. It hung him up long enough that my teammates were able to focus him and bring him down, and now I have found 2, 3 other units hanging out back here, including our Mad Cat friend from before. So I do a quick loop through their formation. Then I see a Storm Crow, give him some love as well, keep running around and being evasive, and sowing confusion, maybe a little bit of fear into the enemy pilots. Going up high, I've managed to find more enemy units, including a Kodiak up against that wall, and he needs to go away as quickly as possible. I'm going to loop back through the enemy formation, trying to stay as evasive as possible, and there's my target, the Kodiak, and we get the prize, racking up a kill against the Kodiak. Now, looping around again, I've got them turned facing me. Hopefully that will open up some opportune shots for my teammates. I'm just going to keep pushing through here until they finally take me out. So down I go on this one, and we're going to finish this one out riding along with Wong. All he has to do is kill 5 enemy mechs to bring home the victory. Easy peasy. He's got this one in the bag. Okay, maybe not. Not at all. There goes half his kit box. Right leg is open. He's trying to be as evasive as possible, but they are all over him. Now his left leg is open as well. And yes, dropping down in front of them gets the enemies the kill. So switching over to our end screen on this one, we wind up with 1 kill, 5 assists, 516 damage done, all in a 20-ton mech. Moving on to our next drop. This is also a domination match, but this time we are on Grim Plexus. Now, I have run in to help hold the capture point. And guys, this is something I see a lot of lately. The light fast movers, or even the medium fast movers, whoever the fastest units are on the team, they need to get in to hold the clock on domination. I see it time and time again where the capture point is totally ignored, and the next thing you know, your team is down to 30 or even 20 seconds on the capture timer before any friendlies make it into the circle. So if you're piloting a fast-moving mech or light, get in there, hold the clock at least until the rest of your team is able to get in there and hold it for you. You can then break off and do whatever it is that you have to do, but make that initial countdown timer count in your favor as opposed to giving it away to the enemy team. It just makes things more difficult than they need to be late game. And that piece of advice is exactly what I've done. And now I'm squirting off to the right hand side because I saw some slow movers that look like they're struggling to come out of the hotel line, Hotel 8 to Golf 8, and it looks like there is something sitting in the Hotel 8 area. I believe it is an enemy annihilator, and I love annihilators. Probably the best mech to go up against if he's not looking directly at you, because if you can get in underneath him, the cockpit sits up so high on that mech, he'll never be able to look down and see exactly where you are. And there he is. He's shooting away at teammates. We drop an airstrike across his back, get a couple more little shots on, and spin away before he can look at us and lock on us. And instead, he's going to get attracted to Wong. I don't know why, but that's okay. I'm not going to charge in and engage the Annihilator. He didn't come around the bend quite far enough, and if I engage him where he's at, it leaves me open for his teammates to shoot me from Gulf 8. Now the Annihilator's totally under pressure, and hopefully you noticed he threw up a UAV because he's trying to get an idea of who's shooting him from where. In the meantime, we're going to reposition, and while we do that, let me know if you're enjoying this. Throw out a big thumbs up and hit that like button. And if you want to become part of the Sleepless Nights Gaming Army, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell. That means you won't miss out on any great future content like this. And just a reminder, at the release of this video, we're going to be focusing on hero mechs in conjunction with that beach party that is being thrown by PGI. So there's a lot of hero information coming your way. Now, hopefully while I was talking, you noticed something very interesting. I am getting searched for by a Raven. At least I think that's what he's doing. He might be just repositioning, but it sure looked like he was on a definitive search mission. And kudos to him if that is what he was doing. That means he was paying attention when I threw out my airstrike and watched the direction the airstrike came down. giving away a rough estimate of my location, and he came looking. Can't be sure that that's what happened, but boy, did it feel like it. So we avoided him. Now we're pushing back in, and look at this. We find a hatchet man, and he is smoking. I don't mean smoking hot. I mean smoking damaged smoking. So that right arm, right torso is weak. I know there's nothing in the right arm, but taking the right arm just makes me feel good not having to see that hatchet. And with that out of the way, we can now focus on the rest of his mech. So now we get him into the Wheel of Death. So we're going to spin around him using our fast speed and maneuverability to just keep circling him, because he can't turn his mech to track us and stay with us as fast as we can move. And now Wong has come in and gotten his attention as well, so we will take time to focus shots now that we don't have to be quite as maneuverable. He's got lots of damage, open CT. We should be able to finish him off, but no! Wong steals the kill before I can get the necessary damage on the front CT. Oh well, all that work, and Wong gets the kill, but that's okay, good for him. Unfortunately, the scoreboard tells a really bad story. Score is 1-10. It's just the two of us left, and sounds like somebody is having a bad day on our team and spewing vile stuff. Well, hey, it happens. Sometimes you're the Louisville Slugger, sometimes you're the ball. In this one, our team was the ball. But that won't stop us from focusing this Evan Jag, shooting him with our machine guns. He's spinning in circles, trying to fight me off, and that's when his cicada friend shows up. The rest of his team can't be too far behind. This is not going to end well. I have no illusions, so I'm just trying to frustrate, harass, and do as much damage as I can before I go down, and there is my demise. Switching over to the end screen on this one, well, while we didn't get any kills, we did manage to pump out 598 damage done in a 20-ton mech again. We were #1 damage dealer for our team and third highest over the entire drop.